Yes, okay, everything should be in order. We are prepared. I believe we are prepared. The players are joining up, so momentarily we'll be starting up. Do not worry, we are a little bit late when it comes to the schedule itself, but it's not a big issue. Hopefully not. Either way, welcome to the stream. If you're just tuning in, we are, well, slowly getting ready to begin. So don't worry, you haven't missed anything yet. You haven't missed a single round. Not the knife, not the pistol. And yeah. Let's see. Two more players missing. But yeah, while we have the downtime, I'd like to say that this is going to be quite interesting. We've seen... Well, we've seen the past, or at least we've seen the past few matches being performed or played before. Of course, it was Pixel playing versus Sinners. It was BPRO playing versus Without Warning. Now, both of these both of the semifinals of the upper bracket went in a 2-0 fashion for the teams, respectively, that are playing tonight. And of course, we saw BPRO quite dominantly take over their bracket side. They won over ClickTech 2-0, the Slovenian team that I'm kind of fanboy of, I gotta say. And I was a little bit sad when ClickTech was eliminated so early on, especially then from the lower bracket, that they just, got destroyed. But I believe it was a free win even at one point. But either way, it was Pixel that had a bit of a different storyline, because in any case, BPRO was already destined to go into at the very least, the semifinals. They won versus ClickTech before the results were reversed, before we had to repeat all of the games. And, it was a bit of a sad storyline involving Squared, that the guys, or the Serbian team that was eliminated in the end. Well, they weren't eliminated yet. They were just put down to the lower bracket. But the first time they played against Pixel, which we're talking about Squared now, they won 2-1 in maps, and we casted both, or I believe I casted the second series, and it was pretty convincingly favorable for Pixel, at least on map 1 and 2. And it was a bit of a sad storyline, because Squared, I believe they were very much rejoicing in the fact that they made it through at least to the semifinals, and had a chance to break through. In the end, they were defeated. So that is a bit of a, hiccup on the part of, I believe, well, either the organizer or either the players themselves not managing to secure wire anti-cheat properly. But we are, well, in the winners finals right now, BPRO versus Pixel. It doesn't matter what happened before, because we are here and they are not, and it is as it is. We will be starting up as soon as possible. Now, as you can see, the game is not yet ready. Nobody has yet fully prepared to play. There's still one player missing on the side of BPRO. And while we have the downtime, I would like to use this time to introduce the teams themselves. If you haven't heard of the teams themselves, if you haven't seen them perform before, of course, on the side of Bulgaria, we've got Bodito, Aaron, BZT, Dev, and Plum playing. And they're a very dangerous team to play against. Sorry, I do apologize. I said the names of Pixel, not Bulgaria. Wow. Okay, I need to get my stuff together. It was Pixel Gaming. Pixel CSGO is Bodito, Aaron, BST, Dev, and Plum from Hungary. And it's BPRO Gaming from Bulgaria. Of course, it is Poison, Blocker, Zix, Red Star, and Vinco. And yeah, that's a mishap from my side. As you can see, the delay is still going. Nobody yet tuning in just right now. We should be starting as soon as possible. As we can see, everybody is anxious to start. We've already waited for about 15 minutes now before we actually begin this best of 3 series. And, it is a bit worrying. Well, it's always a bit distracting when you have to wait as a player before you can start, especially if the time was at 8 o'clock and then whatever. Anyway, we are, of course, Going to be starting up on Train. It is a best of 3 series. It is going to be very exciting to say the least. BPRO should be favorable in this current environment, but Pixel, they've surprised us before. They have been, performing pretty well. What we've seen out of them, their tournament life at the beginning, or at least before the rollback, was a little bit sketchy. We can't be sure as to how it would have gone down, who would have been in their place if they, if they had actually lost against Squared, but they pulled it back. They made it into the semifinals, defeated their opponents in the semifinals, and in the end made it here into the grand final, or into the winners finals of the upper bracket. And all 5 players are now in. Let's resume. Well, let's re-enable the volume, and steps are working. Yep. Yesterday I had an issue with the GoTV, not on this server, but on another game where I didn't hear steps actually, which was very weird. Kind of missing that sound. But yeah, seems like we'll be starting up momentarily. Only 1 player to ready up, and ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be map number 1, Train, starting up with the pistol as the first round. Obviously, Pixel versus BPRO Gaming, or BPRO in general, and well, we're in for a treat, guys. Gotta say, this should be very interesting, should be very fun to see how it goes down. Train, as I usually like to say, Train is a really heavily CT-sided map. Usually presents itself with the CTs taking a considerable advantage. Depends on how the Ts want to play to that part, but the CTs do have certain advantages going into the rounds. Obviously, a bit of a better positioning, the close angles they can abuse in their favor, the overall spots they can play for their advantage. And I gotta say that it's gonna be important for one or the other side to win the knife and go start on the CT side, because I do believe that it is more than just let's say voodoo or lucky charm to start as a CT or win the knife. Usually what it means is the CTs, if they can hit those USP shots, if they can take care of the pesky Ts running around, that's a big turn on for the first few rounds at least. But yeah, Train is going to be starting up. It's going to be Pixel versus BPRO. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Hungary versus Bulgaria. An important match to a certain degree. Obviously, it's going to decide who will be playing as the finalists directly on offline LAN, or who will be playing versus Without Warning on the, one part of the best of 3 before facing off into the grand finals, into the championship brackets, obviously. Everybody has to re-ready up, and yeah, we're just delays everywhere. And if somebody remembers, the ESL is quite known for their delay. Either way, finally we're starting, and here we are, round number 1. It is, of course, Pixel starting as the CTs. They won the knife quite nicely, and they will be putting pressure on the T side, depending on how this goes, though, because BPRO will be looking to take the first 3 quite considerably so, and make sure they get a firm standing on the T side, getting themselves in a nice advantageous position. As you can see, it's going to be an A split. Poison does get a double. Zix with 1 more on BST, and the defense of Pixel just decimated. Devil is on side, but not much he can do. AKA Dev. I like to call him Devil, because he's quite the devil. And round number 1, not really, just quickly concluded. BPRO take it. I mean, with the double on Poison, that was pretty much the solidifying entry for him, and getting Ivy control pretty much instantaneously gets them the entry into back side CT or into lower side CT, and just not much else to do. As you can see, it's going to be an A split once more. 3 players coming in through Pop Dog. It seems like Zix and Poison do open up 2 players. Nobody else to contend against that. 3 players remaining on the side of Pixel. Devil, aka Dev, coming in through upper B. Probably going to jump into Pop Dog. Blocker already a baseline. Bodito, good shot. Gets the nice kill. Probably going to try and pick up the AK. Going to be a hard job to do so, because he's already been spotted out. And it's gonna be Zix taking his head off. Last two guys alive. Aaron does stack Vinko, but it's not enough. Dev as the last guy with the CZ in hand. He's got Kevlar, so at least if nothing else, he can take a duel. But as we can see, BPRO is smart enough to not to give away any rifles, especially not the AKs. They will be... Okay, they're gonna go through mid, so this is still an option for Dev to take both down if he can find at least the first one. Poison's holding in close, and look at this. Look at how BPRO is playing this one very smartly. Dev will take one, not the double. Unfortunate for him, but that's, well, at least if nothing else, an AK down for BPRO. A bit of economy trashed here and there. The round, though, should be yet another one for BPRO. Full eco on the side of Pixel, only a few pistols available. Does mean, of course, Zix and Blocker will be playing with the SMGs and Vinko included. Okay, Red Star with the double. Poison is making short work of Plum, and Dev has been spotted out, so not much he can do. Bodito as the last guy. He does get Zix. That's one down, 4 to go. If he can find at least one, that's good. And he does get Vinko. Behind is Blocker, though, and he gets the backstab with the Mac 10. The extra money going his way, and pretty much securing themselves 3 rounds already in the first few. We'll do this so we don't wait a ton of time before we switch between players. So it's going to be the first gun round, an important one for Pixel. They need to close it out if they want to make sure they have at least a chance of securing the first 5, or making sure that the first 5 do not go in favor of BPRO. Either way, it's going to be pretty much default play already through all of 2 players from BPRO. Zix does get the head of BST. There's Aaron close in smoke. Plum does get one. Bodito retrades onto Poison, but it's Plum and Bodito both getting struck in the end. Aaron with the double, though. A beautiful trade there. 1 versus 2. Vinko. He still gets the better of Aaron, but he's dinked down to 9 HP, and it's a 1 versus 1. Dev, he's in an excellent position. Vinko has no idea where his opponent is, no idea where he could come from. You know, basically at this point from anywhere. And as we can see, Vinko deciding smartly that he's going to go towards baseline. Pretty much what you want to do as the T in a situation like this is go towards the most corner side of the map, so you can start your way and clear your way through the map itself. You can't risk being out in the open because your opponent can be anywhere. So what Vinko is doing, he's just making sure his back is protected. As you can see, he's constantly watching every angle. He does go for the reload, which could be in certain positions very risky, because if the player is close, obviously he will hear it, but this is not going to be the case. He will make sure that he gets on site safely. He will plant without being contested. Now Devil, aka Dev, should be realizing this probably is going to be B plant, and he doesn't hear the plant just yet, but he is lurking towards connector, and he will, well, he does realize now, obviously, as the bomb has been planted. And Vinko, he's going for the same thing. He's going to go down to baseline. He's going to try and play the time, try and get Devil in the back, or Dev in the back. And this is going to be very hard for Vinko if Dev realizes where he is. Dev fast enough on the kill, and or the trigger more so, reflex shot, and that's going to be the first round for Pixel. Like I said, an important one for them. Their economy will not be reset once more. They will be able to buy up, although their overall money is quite low, considering all things, which is usually the case after you lose the first 3 and, you know, lose 4 players in the gun round. This will give opportunity to BPRO to reset the economy, to go once more on the offensive and possibly break the CTs completely in the first start of the half. Or at least the first part of the half. BST, though, beautiful headshot onto Zix. We didn't see it, but that would have been insane to see. I wish Auto Director wasn't this ill-positioned. Poison with the op. Misses the shot. BST is stacked up. Dev gets Red Star boosted into upper B. Vinko does straight onto Plum, but that's already 3 players down now for BPRO. Aaron catches Blocker somewhere between mid and entry mid. And Aaron now catches Poison from behind. He's coming in, and this should be an easy round for Pixel from this point forward. Unless Vinko can make a 3k or a 4k at this point. It's going to be a very hard job. He does get BST. I don't know why BST goes for the peak, why he allows himself to be caught off like this. And it's again 1 versus 1. Vinko, He failed the first clutch he was in, and can he make this clutch possible once more? Gonna throw a flash to try and dissuade the opponent as to where he's coming in from. Dev should be, well, at least to a certain degree, sure enough that Vinco is not coming in through Popdog or such, and he will have an idea and now spot it out. This should result in Vinco being killed, but it's still Dev losing the duel, interestingly enough. I don't know why Dev goes for that trade. I mean, the plant doesn't need to go down for the next, or at least the plant hasn't gone down. You know, you have to just prevent him from planting. You don't need to take a full-on engagement. That was a bit unfortunate out from Dev, and it's gonna be worst fears coming to realization for Pixel. They will lose the gun round, they will lose the well, they will win the gun round but lose the consecutive one, which will give them a reset to the economy. And a few trades already, or at least a few shots being fired. Plum does get a few shots on to Zix, both being considerably low. And okay, Aaron gets a nice headshot onto Zix. That's a nice start of the round. Burrito gets poison, and it's down to the 3 players remaining. BPRO somehow they're unable to find any entries at all. Dev with 2. That is a good trade. Now Red Star, last guy alive, 1 versus 4. Again, clutch scenario for the players of Bulgaria. This is a bit weird, I gotta say. I mean, they got rounds together beautifully. You know, they managed to reset the economy with Pixel, but somehow they still drop the crucial one, which is this. Because if they do win this round, they force Pixel to go on a full eco with pistols only, and Dev will go for the triple. And that will be a second round on the board for Pixel. Somehow they managed to bring it back with a force buy with mostly just, well, mostly just pistols, deagles and whatnots. And Pixel, I mean, somehow they're still alive, even though this should technically be the round for BPRO. The roles are reversed. BPRO on an eco, or at least a force buy themselves for pistols and a Galil, should be considered pretty much a forced eco. Or force buy. And a smoke, nice smoke, I really gotta say that this will give a chance to Dev to do something, but he will be caught off by poison. Aaron gets 1. It's still Zix for the refrag, and now the game is on. 4 versus 3. The retake on B will be possible for Pixel if they get 1. They get 2 though. Bodito with a great spray down, and he gets 1 more, and it's all eyes on Blocker. Last guy live, 1 versus 2. The bomb is dropped and spotted. This is now a bit of an issue, because BPRO, if they lose this, they'll be forced to play a full eco this time, or next time, and it will be Bodito for the quad. And the monster himself takes down, well, BPRO almost single-handedly. Definitely a player to watch out for in this matchup right here is Bodito, the star ace player on the side of Pixel. While obviously on the side of BPRO, it should be either Poison or Zix. Although Red Star is considered to be one of the better players. But we are, of course, in round number 8. BPRO, only 1 round difference remaining, even though they looked beautiful at the start of it. As I've said, it's going to be a full eco for them. Their economy has been reset completely. This will force them to play with pistols only. This is a bit dangerous. In Ivy, there's 2 players close range. Of course, Vinco and his teammate Poison. Playing it from that angle, and it's gonna be Vinco picking up 1. It's Plum out, and it's gonna be BST losing the duel. That was an important one, because now it is again BPRO taking the advantage. 5 versus 3, and Devil, or aka Dev, does get Red Star, but still, this should be doable for BPRO if they play it smart. How far can they go, though? That's the better question here. They have no Kevlar, considering all things. Technically, it should be still possible for Pixel to close it out relatively easy, unless they completely miss their shots. Aaron with the AWP, he's a bit in the open, but he's in the right spot. There's nobody in Ivy. There's only 2 in Popdog and 2 in main. So once they start to come out of Popdog and main, if Aaron hits the first 2 shots, it's gonna be lights out. Bodito gets Vinco. Oof, Aaron misses his shot, and he misses the second one. Blocker gets Bodito, and it's gonna be 3 versus 1. And Dev as the last guy, not much else to say. That was a bit of an Aaron's mistake, because he should have hit the second shot, or at least taken his time to hit it. And now Pixel thrown back to an eco. And this is just pretty much a back and forth game. Left and right, it goes around. And oh my, this is a bit problematic. I mean, Pixel, I don't know what they're thinking, but definitely they shouldn't have allowed that to happen. Either way, it's going to be 5-3. BPRO somehow managing to bring it back, even though they had a full eco. That was a full eco, guys. Like pistols and nothing else. Zix throws his life away. That was a mistake. Blocker does get a return on Aaron. And there's still 2 players in B side itself. Dev with the Deagle misses the shot. Blocker gonna refrag him, or at least frag him instead. And it's gonna be 4-2. Pretty much an easy cleanup round for BPRO from this point forward. Bodito has an AK. He should be looking towards saving it. His economy is, well, pretty much null. Bodito, he has an idea at least somewhat where the enemy is coming from. But it's gonna be Plum and Bodito both being taken out by Red Star. And oh, come on. That is just... They line up beautifully and they get destroyed pretty much the same way. I mean, how... I don't know. A bit unfortunate, of course, for Pixel that they drop it like that. And apparently... There's an issue I have for the in-game overlay. We'll fix that momentarily, guys, as soon as I can get the file on. But we are in round number 10. BPRO looking towards taking yet another one. It's gonna be, of course, a full eco for Pixel. They cannot afford anything more than just what they have. Zix, Red Star, just a firing squad, and last guy alive, Bodito. Not much he can do. He's gonna try and rotate around, try and get a different angle, perhaps a better one at that, but there's really not much he can do. Should be a clean out. Spotted out. Bodito tries to fake himself going up the ladder, but Zix is smart enough to know that that's just the fake out, and pretty much it. Gun round finally. Pixel gonna be able to afford rifles and all. Limited utility. Certainly no defuse kits. This is a bit problematic. They have no smokes, no grenades, no mollies. They cannot prevent a straight rush with only utility. They cannot defuse in 5 seconds or try to go for some sneaky style kind of retake. They will have to fight and stand their ground, because if they do not, they're going to be doomed to fail. As we can see, there's one player on B side himself. He will take down 2. It's Dev for the beautiful double. Vinko, he does get the refrag, but it's still Aaron finding poison in that trade there. Bodito already coming in from behind. Last guy alive, Vinko, and it seems like, you know, Pixel is just reinvigorated round after round. Even though they lost some rounds that they absolutely shouldn't, they kind of bring it back on a round that you wouldn't expect them to. And it's going to be a full buy on both sides, obviously. Finally, Pixel reinvigorated, 4-7. 3 rounds difference. BPRO still in the lead. T-side, considering all things, it's pretty good to have 7 rounds on the board so far. And if they can keep it up, or at least get one more, that's going to be perfect for them. As you can see, it might be an A fast push. There's only one in all of Meister. That is, of course, Blocker taken out by Plum, though. A good shot coming out from the Hungarian player. And it's Vinko for 1, but BSD double spray down. Zix and Red Star out for the count. This is going to be a bit problematic because now they're left alone. At least Poison and Vinko are, and they are on site itself, but they're taken aback because they cannot go freely for the plant, or at least without casualties. Because okay, Devil, aka Dev, reveals his position, sprays through the smoke from Pop Bodito. Deep baseline. He's got only a deagle, so this could still turn sideways for Pixel. We see that both Poison and Vinko are playing this one very smart. And Vinko and Poison, they get the important frags. All eyes on Bodito. Deagle in hand. Kevlar, no defuse kit. He spots one, but he misses his chance. He misses the bullet, and it's going to be pretty much an easy round from this point forward for BPRO. They should not be losing towards the pistol only. No chance in hell they will. Okay, Bodito gets the headshot. Poison, he does spray down onto Bodito, but, you know, he doesn't finish him. That was a bit weird. But yeah. 8-4. BPRO have a considerable lead. At this point, forcing Pixel to go on an eco once more. This is going to completely destroy any momentum that Pixel might have gathered in the last few rounds, or at least in the last round they got somehow magically back. Blocker gets Aaron through the smoke, or through the wall of nades, and it's going to be BSD out for the question. And it's all eyes on Plum. Last guy alive, USB in hand. Not much he can do, not much they can rely on him. And should be easy for BPRO to get this and go for the 9-4 score. And, yep, pretty much confirmed. And like I've said, BPRO, they are the favorable opponent in this current best of 3 series. They definitely are the better team. have more experience, have more overall, how to say, prowess, especially on train, as they picked it as their own map. Question is, how far can they go? Will they actually close it out? Perhaps 11-4 in this first half. That would be splendid for their position in the second half, starting as the CTs. But Bodito, look at that. He kills Poison with the USPS. That was a double, triple tap down. I wish we could see that. Damn you, Auto Director. Devil will get one, but it's Vinko and rest are still refragging. Like, somebody needs to write a script for Auto Director to work better. Like, somebody needs to be the hero that we require, although we don't deserve, and, you know, get the Auto Director to work properly. Plum and Bodito, last two guys alive. Bodito does tag Blocker quite considerably. Vinko is also tagged a little bit as well. So this could still result in a few of the players on the T side dying. Bodito gets red star. That's the only full HP player, and Blocker going to be picked up. The bomb is not yet close to exploding, so this is still doable for Pixel if they press the bomb momentarily. And it's going to be Bodito, and it's going to be the round for Pixel. Although, nope, the time has ran out in the last of moments, or in the last of seconds. Unfortunately for Pixel, they will have to drop this one, but they still get the damage done. They still get the goddamn kills, and this is getting better and better. BPRO somehow drop that crucial, somehow lose all players. Although they don't drop the round, they lose the money, they lose everything they had. Luckily for them, it is going to be the last round of the first half. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Pixel currently fighting for the survival on the CT. If they can close it out 10-5, it is going to be okay-ish, considering all things. But it looks like it's going to be a full B rush. There's only one player on B itself. It's going to be Dev. He picks one, he picks two. He doesn't get three, though. Bit of a mistake. And it's going to be Poison to refrag on Aaron. Although Aaron does pick up one, so it's going to be 3-2. 3 versus 2. Vinko with 35 HP. Very hard to take any duels, but Poison still fast enough. Gets Plum, and it's a 2 versus 2. Immediately, Bodito spotted out. He doesn't see Vinko, and it's all eyes on BSD. And now Pixel, even though they had a great start with, of course, Dev holding his position on side itself, but BSD, look at this. Gets the shot onto Vinko. Nades upper. He still has the defuse kit. 5 seconds, 3 seconds. Zamali gonna burn him alive though, and he's gonna have to move out of position. Time is running out. About 10 seconds remaining. And last few moments. Here comes BSD. He's gonna try and hold it, but he will not. Poison is fast enough, and it's gonna be 11-4. And its worst fears come to realization for Pixel. They lose round after round. They drop it completely. And sorry to have no sound, guys. I am just trying to resolve some issues. But it is, of course, Pixel with only 4 rounds on the board. Starting as the T side, they need the pistol if they want to make sure they do not drop this map very considerably so. Anyway, BPRO on the CT, 11-4. It's a perfect score for them. Should be an easy cleanup round after the pistol if they win it. Otherwise, it still could be Pixel coming back. But as we see, it's going to be Pixel going towards B. Seems like it might be a B strike after all. There's only one player holding from afar. That's Blocker, but Vinko gets Plum, and now the gig is up. And here we go. 4 players entering B side. Blocker taken out by BSD and Aaron. Nice trade, at least, if nothing else. And 3 players in line waiting for the firing squad. Vinko gets 1, and Vinko gets 2. And all eyes on Bodito and BSD. Bodito almost catches Vinko, and he will get him in the end. Bodito with 1 more. And it's Pixel, actually BSD finishing Poison, but it's Pixel getting the round, which was the important part. And I gotta say, that was pretty damn nice out of them. And while we have the pause, I will be adding something to the stream now, I believe. Should be, well, don't know how I didn't add it before, or how I didn't see this before, so I do apologize to everybody. Here we go. Yep, my bad, guys. But we are, of course, in round number 17, and since Pixel winning the pistol, That means they will be able to full buy. That means they at least can pick up the first 3 of the second half, which are going to be oh so vital for the survival of this series. They need to make sure they do not drop this anti-eco though, because if they do, then BPRO is on it. They'll be like a cat on catnip, not stopping until they get the rest of the rounds remaining. They need 5 more and they'll be out of map number 1, trains secured under their belt, and you know, going into the second map, it's going to be quite hard for Pixel to make sure that they don't get outplayed and outgunned. Now, of course, as we all know, it is going to be Cash as the second map picked by Pixel themselves. So we should consider the fact that Pixel could possibly be favorable on Cash to a certain degree, depending on how they prepare for it or how they are prepared for it. And yeah. Well, while we wait, let's see what our viewers have to say. Gate over voltage. May I say... No, I will not say that word because I have no idea what that means. I have absolutely zero idea, and I don't want to make the same mistake I did a few weeks ago, where the Polish viewers trolled me into saying something I definitely wouldn't have liked to have said. So, unless you provide me with an accurate translation as to what that means, I will not say it. I mean, I could go on as to why, but I will not. It's just... Yeah, okay. Doesn't matter. We are going to be in round number 17. It's going to be, of course, a full buy for Pixel and a full buy for BPRO. At least what they can afford. Pistols across the board. There's going to be a scout on Poison. He's going to be the only guy really having any firepower at all, besides the Deagle and Blocker. If he can hit a few shots, Poison, that is, you know, he can make sure that Pixel is going to be tagged up heavily enough with the pistols to be able to finish the job afterwards. That would be doable for BPRO to still make a comeback in this pistol. But it's going to be vital as to how they position themselves. Also, we'll see what Pixel do. They have 4 SMGs, so this should be a straight up rush. They cannot afford to just wait something, and they will go for an A rush, as we can see. All 4 players exiting A, while 1 goes above Bob Dog, and BPRO does misread this. There are 4 players on the B side itself, and not much else to do. Aaron gets 1. Of course, the remainder of the team, Red Star and Vinko, slowly being picked away, and BPRO will not be getting anything out of this one. 6-11. So far, Pixel still 5 rounds behind. They will be playing for 1 more to pick up easily. Of course, BPRO on the full eco, not much else to say. I'm pretty much straight up rounds here. I mean, Pixel should be able to close it out without much issue. There's only 1 nade. But it's, again, all 5 players from BPRO going towards B. They want to really make sure they don't lose B side, but instead they're losing A. The preceding decisions, and yeah. Blocker has got 1. With the support of Zix, of course. Bodito out. And now Aaron, he seems like to be trying to hunt for those frags, and he will be picked by Vinko. And Red Star finds himself BST as well, though. Dev and Plum do return. That's still 3 players already lost. Plum does get 1 more. That's Vinko out. And it should be around now for Pixel. Not much else to say. Poison, last guy on A side. He's hunting the AK, though. He knows the AK is towards B itself, but he will die in the end. And gate over voltage. Apparently what you want me to say means beat them. A reference to our tennis player Grigor Dimitrov. What the hell? Like, can somebody confirm that? No problem, I will say that. But as long as it's not offensive things, I do not wish to be offensive to anyone, since that is not my, well, not my nature, not my character. Unless we're playing together and you're not listening to me what I have to say or call. then I'm gonna go berserk. Well, if you talk back, obviously. Otherwise, I'm just gonna mute you, but... It's gonna be a tactical pause for Pixel. I believe they need it. It's, of course, the gun round. 2 ops picked up on both Plum and BST. I would like to point out the fact that This is a very interesting decision that they go for the double op setup on the T side of train after all. That means they will go for a slow-paced maneuver. They will not try to be fast and, you know, enter sites ASAP. Blocker playing solo on A. Aaron already picked out. Might have been a bit of a mistake coming out from Aaron to allow himself to be killed like that. The Blocker tagged up down to 15. Although Poison and Blocker find the targets, but Dev with the Kobe. Nice nade timing. Smoke lands onto connector. And it is going to be, of course, still Dev and Bodito, last two guys alive. Now, Bodito as best player on the side of Pixel. I believe he is capable of getting a 4K even if need be. He misses the shot onto Vinco. Well, it's a very hard shot to hit either way, even if he missed it. But it's still Pixel running behind. And it seems like they will be, you know, missing even more rounds. Because by all means, or by all evidence present right now, it should be 12-7 pretty soon. But Ito's gonna jump through Pop Dog, and he jumps down right. Oh no, he just jumps around it. He wants to bait a shot. He does get tagged a little bit. I see a lot of people confirming this. Well, what the hell? Machkai Grisha. Like, I guess Machkai Grisha. I really don't know what it means. Hopefully, it's not something bad. I guess that's how it goes. But yeah, BPRO of course secured themselves 12-7. Pixel will be running for one more buy. If they lose this, they'll be forced to play Pistol Kevlar. At the very least, only Kevlar and Pistol, or just Pistol. Now, as we can see, it's a bit of a change of pace. A few players starting to enter towards A side itself. Ivy being picked up by Poison, though. Aaron out of the question, and... Oh, Zig sees in Pop Dog. He is prepared for the aggression, and he still gets Bodito instead. Beautiful pop flash through smoke. BST, though, still flashed. And Vinco, oof, he sees Dev. And now... It is, of course, all eyes on BST, and it will be 13-7. Pixel dropping a crucial round. Should be an easy cleanup this round, though. Full eco on their side, and BPRO, this is just pretty much dominance. I mean, yes, they got 7 rounds on the board, okay, but all the gun rounds that they should have won were lost, that they should have secured themselves were lost, and it just started to go down pretty much rapidly afterwards. 4 players in Pop Dog. They'll be starting to exit A side right now. Let's see. BST gets 1. That's Vinco, but it's still Poison and Zix. Zix with the double. Dev. Let's get Zix, but it's Red Star and Poison to finish it off. And that's pretty much it. 14-7. It will be yet another buy for Pixel, but this is going to be their last chance, because if they cannot find this one, if they cannot finish this... round right here, they are out for the count on map train, or map number 1. And as we can see, and it has begun. Hollow, I think I've done something very bad, man. Shit. Poison picks up Plump from upper B. And Burrito pushing up lower. Poison picking up Dev. Good trade by Aaron. He does still team frag BST, and 3 versus 2. This is still doable for Pixel. They can still bring it back. It's going to be vital for them to survive. And Aaron gets out alive still, but traded out Bodito. Aaron, the last guy alive. 2 versus 1. Davai Cobra. What the hell? I know what Davai means, or at least Davai to a certain degree, but Cobra is like that, the snake Cobra? Or is it like the Echo Cobra? The defuse comes through, I mean, I'm not even, Aaron, he thought it was a fake, but it wasn't, and it is a free round for BPRO, 15-7. Pixel lost it at a crucial moment. They will be able to full buy, they will be able to afford themselves AKs. But pretty much that will be it, I mean... They've got a few grenades available throw around, and it seems like it's gonna be an ace play 2 coming in through Popdog. Ziggs picks up 1. That's the first entry in the first start of the end for Pixel. Bodito gets the double though. That's Bodito, we know. And now let's see if he can find any more. 3 versus 3 is on. Ziggs block. Oh, Bodito team, well, at least flashes himself. Self-flash, really. Aaron picks up poison. And, ooh, Blocker has been found out by Bodito. I believe he heard him running through T-halls. Now BSD has come in through Ivy, but through the smoke, Ziggs. Okay, Ziggs. 6 shots. And now Bodito, last guy alive. 1 versus 2. Clutch scenario to keep this team alive, to keep his team alive in the map number 1 on train. Otherwise, BPRO will be securing it pretty easily. 16-7. Ziggs and Blocker both coming in through upper B, and this could be crucial because Bodito has no idea where they're coming from. He has no utility to throw. He has no info at all as to what is going on, but he hears one, and he's okay. He sees Blocker, gets the spray down. Now he thinks the plant or the defuse is coming through. Oh, he sprays down, and he is gonna be reloading. Ziggs smart enough. 200 IQ play. Ziggs with the defuse will have more than enough time to get this defuse in, and it will be, well, 16-7. Pixel will lose map number 1, and we will be going into, of course, our second map, which will be none other than, of course, Cache. So until we do go to Cache, we'll be taking a short break, guys. Of course, I would like to say that before we do, guys, do please follow me on Twitter if you haven't so before, or if you haven't so yet. Of course, my name is Overseard on Twitter. Otherwise, I'm known as Over. But yeah, we'll be back in the next, let's say, 5 minutes or so.